What's up, y'all? It's your boy TayDay all day, back again. It's been a while. Your boy has been super busy out here working in the wind industry. But your boy is back and ready to go ahead and update you guys on what's going on. Man, work has been crazy. But really what I want to talk about is I want to talk about life, you know what I'm saying? People talk about broke people all the time, and I'm not really, I try to stay in my lane when they talk about that, but, since I'm always on my blog and pod, well, not lately, of course, but what I want to talk about is, you don't become broke by doing something once, you know what I'm saying? You don't get your paycheck and you've been working, 50, 60 to 80 hours a week. You finally get that paycheck and you pay your bills, and then you go and buy something. You treat yourself. You buy yourself something one time and become broke. You don't go and, you don't go and buy something once, or you don't do something once and you become a broke person. It's a habit. And a lot of people think, oh, well, man, I just got my check. Oh, man, all my check is going to bills. And we complain about it. We joke around with it. But eventually, one day, that joke will become reality, and it's going to hurt. A lot of people think that, it's cool if you make a joke about it, but if you're not really living that life. A lot of people don't believe that it's about your habits. And for me, going into a new industry, making more money, doing different things, going through different trials of life, help me understand that you're right. That is what it is, It's about the habits you build. Do you build that mindset to work hard and not just sit around on the clock and be bored and goof off? Do you work and try to build that habit of working hard, getting the job done, regardless if you get the job done in 5 hours or if you get it done in 12 hours? You got the job done and you pride yourself on having good work and having a strong work ethic. So it becomes that point for people that they misinterpret how they should be doing things. And so for me, I want people to understand that's one of the things, it's one of the trials. Understand everything you do, you can't see your habits. These habits are built into you by what you decide to do. What your mind is saying usually becomes an action. But if you're just trying to tell somebody something exaggerated to make yourself sound and look more reliable, more legitimate, but that's not really you, your actions will show. And I tell people all the time, it's really about your actions. You can tell me that you love me. You can tell me that you are going to make $100,000 this year. You can tell me that you run a successful business. But what about your actions? What have you done? Can you show me? Show me what you do. Take me under your wing and show me, hey, this is what I do on a daily basis. I've met some interesting people and I've met a lot of fakes on my journey, but I'll still keep what I have in mind. I still keep myself focused on what's next in my life. And I know what's next. I know what I'm doing here is only a phase. It's about, do you understand that phase? Do you understand what it will take? Every phase you have, let's say for example, you have three phases in your to reach your goal. And in those 3 stages, your first stage is doing what I'm doing. You're working a job where you work easily, you working 10 to 12 hour days. Then you don't know when you're going to leave next or whatever. You understand this is one of your phases, but people only look so deep. You need to get into the in particulars. You need to get more in depth in what your phases have and understand when a problem arises that you need to be able to knock it down, because all these trials and challenges that happen to you within your phases are all building you up to become the person you said that you want to become. You have to go through these steps. Why? Because they are facing you today. Those challenges are here right now, and I want you to understand that. So when you were talking about, I want to be a millionaire. How? I'm going to start a business. What type of business? I'm going to do fitness. I'm going to be a contractor for this. I'm going to be a carpenter. Okay. How do you start and how do you become a carpenter? Those are the questions that you need to be able to ask yourself and be able to look deeper inside of yourself and figure out, do I really want to take this road? And I understand. I can't speak for everybody else, but I know there's a lot of people I've met that ain't about that life. They not. They don't want to go and deal with upper management. They don't want to deal with working 10, 12 hours a week. A day. They don't want to have to come home and still work out, whether if your goals is fitness or if it's business, entrepreneurship, mentorship, whatever it is. People don't want to do that. People have other plans, or they have it planned out, and then they forget, and then they go back to their habits. I'm no different. I'm working towards being more consistent, more resilient. But I have habits. For example, I like to go home after a 12-hour shift. I like to go home, get in the shower, put on some food, have some good food cooking, and watch something on Netflix. That's me. That's a great day to me. I earn money, and I'm good to come home to my hotel or my Airbnb, whatever, and I get to relax before my next day of work tomorrow. I work 6 days a week, 10 to 12 hours, easy, consistently, and that is enough to drive you to want to be complacent. I'm making more money than I ever have. And that can drive you to be complacent. Why do I need to worry about working out? Why do I need to worry about of creating a business? I'm making more money than I ever had. I'm seeing bigger checks than I ever thought I'd see. I got money in my savings account when I never had it. I got a 401k, and this is my first time ever getting it. I got all these good things, but why am I not complacent? There's so many reasons to be complacent, and that's because my goal is not to work till I'm 60, 65. The average millionaire, and I've told you guys before, the average age of a millionaire is 62 or something like that. That is the point where someone becomes a millionaire. And guess what? That's because they are opening up their 401ks, or they have finally matured to a point where they are open enough to take risks. And I don't want to wait until I'm 60 when I'm having multiple health problems or my body's giving me multiple issues. I don't want to work the same job, deal with the same bullshit day in, day out. That's not me. I would rather keep working and keep trying to become wealthy and give my life and for my children, for my future children, and for my family to have wealth behind it. I want my kids to understand, if you want to grab this wealth, I can give the money that I make. I can make $10 million. I can make $100 million. But guess what? If I don't feel like my children are worthy enough, they feel like they can just we good. Dad didn't spend his whole life making money for us, and we good. No, oh, we good. Dad got a successful business, making lots of money. He's gonna pass it down. Nothing's guaranteed, because I want to give my family. It's not a guarantee for me. And people don't understand that. So I need my children to do the same thing I was doing. I need them to adopt the same mindset. The same mindset Michael Jordan has, same mindset Kobe had. I need them to adapt and conquer and understand. You need to learn the tricks of the trade. I'm not about to give this to you. I need you to understand and know how to do this and know how to grow the family business. If you want it to be a family business, it goes down to my kids. It's just that simple. And a lot of people can disagree with it. That's fine. But if I'm making money, I want to have generational wealth. I want to be able to start it. I want to be able to have people like, man, that Parker family, it's beautiful, man. Their family has generational wealth. I want to be back. I want to be doing something at age 75 where my grandkids or great grandkids are over here talking about it. That's what I want. I want them to be able to. It just keeps going, and everybody be educated in their own form, be wealthy in their own form, and pass it down. Because generational wealth works, but it's going to be evolutionary. It's going to continue changing. Unlike some of these traditions, don't allow that. And so, my big topic of the day is just habits. Understand that when something happened once, it does not mean that you are broke or you can't have anything. I want you to believe in the impossible, because there's so many people that don't believe in the impossible that makes the possible possible. Really? My fucking glasses. What a fucking day. I just tried to pick them up and they fell over there. But somehow I boomeranged them. I pulled them to pick them up, and then they flung. They got stuck and they flung over here on this side. Yeah, now I'm about to turn off. I'll be back. Oh, I thought you was in the driver's seat.